Chat. Hi. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. So today's workshop will be conducted primarily in English, but obviously I'm Hong Kong Cantonese, so I supplemented in Cantonese as well. It is a workshop that focuses on science communication, which I want to introduce the species I work on. Hello. Yeah, please take a seat closer to the screen, please. Yeah. So the species I work on, sea turtles, is a global species and it's a flagship species travel around the world. 海龜係一個全球都可以揾到嘅一個物種啦，係啦，亦都係我一個研究嘅對象嚟嘅，所以我今日咧特別用海龜係啦，特別用海龜咧嚟到做一個旗艦嘅物種，係啊，旗艦嘅物種嘅意思即係話我哋係可以透過海龜啦去到講關於傳播科學嘅故事嘅，咁所以咧我都想趁呢個機會賣一個廣告，大家有睇 World Cup 係嘛？You have seen World Cup? Yes. So sea turtles in fact is like a World Cup champion because it's a global species that we can talk a story about the ocean together. So I introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Connie, the head of Marine Discovery Center of the Hong Kong Maritime Museum. So I welcome you all and I hope you enjoy the journey today. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so as I said, sea turtles are globally distributed species, right? So you can read from this map, except polar regions, they are found everywhere. 除咗南北極，其實海龜咧係全球都揾到㗎，係嘛？咁我哋喺呢個圖裏邊咧，又見到有7種海龜。We have 7 species sea turtle in the world. There are 5 species found in our home, Hong Kong. 我哋有綠海龜啦 ，green turtle, loggerhead turtle, 紅海龜 leatherback, 格龜靈皮龜hawksbill 玳瑁同埋 olive ridley 欖葵龜。咁咧，我陣間咧就會 show 俾你哋睇呢一啲好靚嘅 up close 嘅相嘅。I'll feature the 5 species of the turtles later on. I want to emphasize that sea turtles are endangered species. 佢哋係全球瀕危嘅物種嚟嘅，意思係因為佢受到人為嘅傷害啦，所以令到佢哋個數量減少。Mostly because of human threats. That's why their populations are dwindling. So, but there's a good news. Like the green turtles here, I point out here, 綠海龜 green turtles are now recently downlisted as least concern. 已經係冇一個瀕危嘅危級㗎啦。但係佢係一啲地區，即係好似我哋中國沿海地區啦 ，like in Chinese waters, is still an endangered species, considered an endangered species. 因為中國啊有啲或者其他地區啦，有一啲人為嘅威脅咧，仲係好厲害，咁所以佢都係一個瀕危物種嚟嘅。好。咁咧我就話 up close, right? Up close, you can see the green turtle here. So green turtle is the most commonly found species in Hong Kong and Chinese water. 咁呢個咧係一個最常見嘅物種啦，係綠海龜。And I want to supplement, it's the only species that nest in our area. 呢個係一個會喺香港有記錄產卵嘅海龜品種嚟嘅。There are also loggerhead turtle. Wow, yeah, very funny, right? Funny looking. It's big head. 好大嘅一個頭啦，係咪叫紅海龜？佢咧你見到佢個身咧都係紅色，係咪啊？同頭先咧綠海龜咧都好唔一樣個顏色。但係最主要咧係見佢嗰個頭啊係大好多係嘛？A bigger head that because you guess what the turtles feed on. What they eat? Lobster, like lobster, crabs, or mollusk. 一啲有甲殼，有啲龍蝦食蟹啦，係嘛？一啲要好大力咬碎嘅海鮮啦，都係中意食海鮮，因為好明顯啦，佢哋住喺海裏邊㗎嘛，係咪？And then another one, hawksbill turtle. Hawksbill turtle, you can see the beak-like feature and also very marble-like, very beautiful shell. 佢咧玳瑁咧係一個好靚嘅背甲係嘛，亦都咧可能你哋喺參觀博物館嘅時候有見過。When you're in the museum, you may have seen the specimen because it's a trade product in the past。呢一個咧係我哋好常見喺博物館嘅時候咧會見到嘅標本啦，因為喺以前一啲貿易外來嘅貿易咧係一個好常見嘅商品嚟嘅。Olive ridley turtle rarely seen in Hong Kong, but you can still find in our Hong Kong waters。欖葵龜係一個比較少見嘅一個物種嚟嘅。最後靈皮龜 Shellebrate turtle 甲龜，你見佢嘅比例係咪好大啊 ？You can see the scale in the photo, right? The people standing behind the Shellebrate turtle, and it can measure up to 2 meters long。2米咁長嘅一隻海龜，佢係一個 gentle giant， 好溫柔嘅一個巨人嚟嘅。好啦，咁呢個好簡短咁講啦。海龜佢面臨啲咩問題咧 ？The human threats faced by the turtles is all listed here. Just short list here。呢個係一個 summary 嚟嘅啫，係啦。咁你會見到有覓食地嘅喪失啦，有誤捕啦，誤捕即係好似第2幅圖咁樣，唔小心捕捉到佢。跟住有因為污染啦，海洋嘅污染啦，鬼網有冇聽過鬼網 ？Ghost nets, like ghost nets found in the ocean and entangle the turtle and then drown the turtle. And there are also pollution, illegal trade, 一啲非法嘅貿易啦，同埋氣候變化 climate change. These are all threats faced by not just turtles, but marine life in the ocean. Yeah, and also we are also human are also facing these threats as well, especially climate change. 好啦，咁我都要介紹下我哋嘅博物館啦。呢個太古海洋探知館入邊咧，你可以喺我哋嘅館裏邊咧學識到本地嘅海洋生態啦、文化啦，同埋點樣去保護呢一個環境嘅。咁所以咧，我哋都係好致力去到提升呢一個科學傳播嘅。So I'll introduce why Marine Discovery Center we're now located in the Marine Science Gallery. So you can see after this workshop, you can see from the narratives and also the exhibit, you can learn the local marine ecology and also how we can take action to protect the ocean from something that you can add daily life to, of course, like becoming volunteers of our museum or work in the conservation field later on. 好啦，咁咧，我見有啲朋友仔都拎咗呢一個材料嘅，係我哋自己製作嘅一個手冊啦，係啦，係可以咧呼應翻我哋喺博物館裏邊咧3個主題嘅。第一就係生物多樣性啦，第二please take a seat. It's a bilingual, yeah. So I'll talk in both Chinese and English. OK. 係啦，咁咧生物多樣性啦，一個海洋嘅危機啦，同埋救護海龜，即係保育啦，合作嘅保育啦。咁咧用海龜。點解用海龜？因為海龜係全球揾到㗎嘛，係嘛？都係好多人都中意嘅一個物種嚟喎。所以咧係一個大事，我哋希望咧可以令到小朋友、大人嚟到我哋博物館參觀嘅時候，去到學習呢一個海龜點樣保護翻呢個環境啦，點樣保護翻呢個海洋嘅。So we use sea turtles as a shared ambassador here because it's a global species like a World Cup champion, right? Okay. So you can see the 3 worksheets actually correspond to the narratives in the gallery. The biodiversity, the marine friends here with fishes and jellyfish and so on, and then also the threats faced by the turtles, like bycatch in this case, and also the collaborative efforts in conservation. So I'm sure you will look in details later on, but just a quick recap. It is not just copy and paste from the gallery. You can learn, extended learning from this worksheet. Like for example, we talk about food web, how the organisms are connected together in the worksheet. 嗱，我哋咧可以從第一個 worksheet 裏面咧會見到動物同動物之間或者動物同植物之間咧，佢哋嘅存在唔係偶然嘅喎。其實咧，佢哋係因為食物鏈或者食物網而去到連結嘅。And topic 2 would be the human threats. So if you already visited the Marine Science Gallery, you can find numerous threats like pollution and also illegal trade. But we want to highlight also bycatch, accidentally catch the species that the fishermen don't want to, like for example, sea turtles or the humphead wrasse。呢一個咧就係一個誤捕嘅危機啦。我希望你哋咧都會明白啊，除咗我哋喺展館裏邊有嘅污染啦、海洋污染啦，同埋一啲塑膠啊或者一啲非法嘅貿易咧，我哋都會講一個延伸就係誤捕喎，亦都係危害緊海龜同埋其他珍貴嘅品種嘅。And lastly, the third topic will be the hope for tomorrow. How you can act together, collaborate together for the conservation and for protecting the ocean。呢個咧就係呼應緊我哋第三個主題，一個明日可期，希望咧可以大家喺日常生活裏邊咧幫助到海洋，亦都幫助到自己喎。And then there is an online learning and social media platform that you can follow us, and then you can read the materials that I just showed you, and including the videos and animations. And also we have a book that collaborate between the fishermen and also fishery scientists, a collaboration between science and arts。呢一個咧係我哋嘅平台，大家可以追蹤我哋啦，有 Instagram 啦，有我哋 website 啦，可以去到睇翻我哋本身平時做緊嘅教育材料啦，feel free 去到 download 去到用嘅。咁同埋咧就係有我哋嗰個動畫製作啦，陣間我都會有一個動畫短片係講海龜。咁同埋咧我哋有一本最新嘅書啦。港產魚女話滄桑係一個漁民同埋科學家裏邊大家嘅對話嚟嘅，所以係好有趣，係橫跨咗文化同埋科學去到講海洋漁業嘅不一樣。Then here comes the animation. So I want actually how many of you have seen before? The animation, okay, that's good. So it's a premiere now 首播，因為唔係好多人睇過，係啦。咁咧呢一個咧係我哋喺啱啱舊年咧製作嘅一個5集嘅故事啦。我哋其實已經製作緊第二季啦。We are producing season 2 now, and these are the season 1 5 episodes. So the first episode actually feature the return of mother turtle, and please enjoy the show for a while. 海龜嘅食物包括水母。但係膠袋喺水裏邊漂浮嘅時候，外形好似水母，海龜一旦食咗，好可能會導致死亡㗎。所以為咗保護珍貴嘅海洋生物，大家千祈唔好再亂拋垃圾落海裏邊啦。博士，東平洲珊瑚大廈大陸住客求救啊！落潛艇 ，follow me， 一齊出海睇真啲。請打開深海探射燈。哎呀，呢度係東平鎮龍珊瑚區，平日七彩斑斕，點解今日會烏天黑地嘅呢？哎呀，又嚟啦，又再埋過嚟啦！救命啊！救命啊！有一隻好恐怖嘅怪物，連續3日衝向我哋嘅大廈。唔使驚，我幫大家睇真啲，大家快啲坐好扶穩啊！哦，原來呢隻唔係怪物，係我哋嘅好朋友綠海龜媽媽啊！但係佢好似俾膠袋同漁網纏住咗啊！對唔住啊，各位街坊，我最近俾漁網膠袋呢啲海洋垃圾纏住咗，而且我越掙扎，佢哋就纏得我越緊，我好驚啊，驚到冇晒方向感，所以先至會亂衝亂撞嚇親大家，真係好對唔住啊！哦，綠海龜媽媽你都係受害者，真係要小心啲保護自己㗎。多謝大家，博士幫我解除咗生命危險，我而家要去海灘生小海龜啦。終於嚟到深灣啦！多謝人類喺4月至10月期間將我嘅出生地深灣列為限制地區，未經許可不得進入，令我哋有一個安全嘅環境生 BB 啊！多謝你哋呢啲善良嘅人類啊！因為人類唔夠愛惜地球，搞到你哋繁衍下一代都要歷盡艱險。我一定會宣揚你嘅故事，令人類更明白點解要保護海洋環境。So this actually show you how we communicate science by animation, by an engaging way。呢一個係我哋呈現一個有趣同埋係感人啦，係感人嘅故事啦，去傳遞科學嘅，亦都係打頭炮就係我哋嘅綠海龜。咁咧有興趣嘅話咧 ，follow 住我哋就仲有4集可以跟嘅係啦。We also have 4 other episodes on our platform, so please feel free to follow us and then watch the rest. And I also feature my original song, just a little bit short clip, before we read the story, okay? Because I want to show you another way, an art performance way, to demonstrate how ocean is home to hundreds of thousands of animals。呢一個咧係我個原創嘅兒歌創作嚟嘅，係啦，咁咧係展示到咧喺海洋裏邊咧係有好多種唔同嘅生物住喺入邊嘅。Thank you， 係啦，咁當然呢個係我自己唱㗎啦，咁亦都I thought of bringing my guitar today, but because of time, I couldn't. But anyway, this is another way to engage children and students to learn music and also learn how ocean is so abundant to us, the marine life. So this features all the animals in the song, appear in the song。呢啲咧就係喺頭先隻兒歌裏邊咧有出現過嘅動物啦。當然仲有好多唔同種類嘅動物，包括浮游生物都係喺入邊住緊，喺我哋海洋入邊住緊嘅嘛。Like the plankton, we couldn't see, but it's also part of the ocean life. So I just want to show you how beautiful, how abundant it is, and vulnerable the ocean is。海洋係好靚、好豐富啦，但係亦都係好易受傷害嘅。咁我希望可以大家好好珍惜啦。And then today's the highlights of today is to read the storybook together。好啦，今日咧個戲肉就嚟啦，因為咧我哋最主要咧係用一個講故事嘅形式去到認識我哋海洋啦，去到認識海龜啦，同埋認識當中嘅主角 George Balas 係嘛？ To learn the ocean, to sea turtles, and also George Balas, because I have already interviewed him, my mentor George Balas, and will show you our interview after this storytelling. And of course, here are the storybook, and I want to distribute you. Okay, this is samples only. Don't take it away home. But you can read while I'm reading. Yeah, please, or you can flip and then read. And also, if you want, you can order from here. Yeah, there are order form, purchase form. But of course, we will read together today. 我哋會一齊讀嘅今日，係啦。咁咧，我要特別鳴謝 acknowledgement, okay. And actually, May is also here today. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So we would like to express our sincere appreciation to Raycraft's Books and imprints of Newmark Learning LLC for generously providing the digital content of Saving Hawaii's Honu that enriches this presentation. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to Stanford Health English Resource Center, their exclusive agent in Hong Kong, for their invaluable support and assistance for this presentation. Please give a big round of applause, please. Yeah. Thank you. So we'll go through the book together. George Balas has never met a sea turtle he didn't like, and he's met hundreds, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of turtles. He loves them all. The funny thing is that he didn't even know what a sea turtle was when he was growing up in Yucca Valley, California. There, he only saw desert tortoises. But his whole world changed while sailing in Tahiti as a young man. That's when George saw his first honu, or green sea turtle. George then moved to Hawaii and began studying animal science. One day, he noticed fishermen tossing live sea turtles into a large truck. He watched as the driver stopped at various restaurants and unloaded the turtles. In nearby stores, George also saw jewelry made from sea turtle shells. Turtle steaks, turtle soup, turtle jewelry. That's when George asked the question that started his life's journey. How many sea turtles are in Hawaii? He asked his friends and fellow scientists. Don't worry, they told him. There are thousands of sea turtles. But George wasn't convinced. As a budding scientist, George knew there was only one way to answer this question. He would have to count the turtles himself. So George made plans to travel to the sea turtles' breeding grounds. The trip could be dangerous. For months, George could live on isolated beaches hundreds of miles away from home. He would have only the food and water he could bring with him. When he arrived, George was greeted by the squawks and smells of nesting sooty terns. If he got too close to their nest, they attacked. Immediately, George set up camp away from the terns and began tagging turtles in the darkness of night. In time, George got used to the terns. Beneath starry skies, George watched female turtles haul themselves onto the beach to lay their golf ball-sized eggs. Using their large front flippers, they threw sand to cover their nest. Much of the sand ended up on their backs. Slowly, the turtles returned to the sea, never knowing if their eggs hatched. At the end of the season, George stared at his nose. There were not thousands of turtles, or even hundreds of turtles. There was only 76 nesting mother turtles. Unless people stopped killing them right away, the turtles would be gone, extinct like the dinosaurs. Once he returned home, George contacted reporters, legislators, anybody he could reach, but no one would listen. George wrote stories explaining that female turtles didn't lay eggs until they were at least 20 years old, nor did he lay eggs every year, and only 1 in 1,000 might get to age 20. George gave speeches, wrote more stories, anything to get the word out. Finally, one day, a newspaper published his story. Then other readers shared their stories of how the numbers of turtles were dwindling, of how high-powered spear guns were used to hunt them. Soon the public took up George's cry to save the turtles. People volunteered to safeguard turtle eggs and release baby turtles to the ocean. They rescued injured and sick turtles. Finally, laws were passed to protect the sea turtles. It became a crime to kill the turtle or harm its nest. Today, the honu are thriving once more, not just because George asked a simple question, but because he had the courage to answer it. So this is the end of the story, and in the book, it is unique that it showcases the science of the turtles, the honu turtles, green turtles in Hawaii. That I'm not going into details, but when you purchase the book, you can read that like the how hard the turtles live in the ocean, right? The baby turtles, 1 in 1,000 turtles, grow up to 20 years old and then mature and then reproduce and give birth to baby turtles. It's very challenging in the ocean. And there are also fun facts of green turtles in the book, like how the shells are formed, and the turtle flippers actually like our hand. 好似人嘅手啊，其實海龜嘅前肢後肢都係啦，即係好似人嘅手嘅構造咁啦。And also there are other parts like the heart, free chamber heart, and so forth. So I want to say, quote, as George Balas said, little did I know that in 1973, when I set out to count the nesting green sea turtles, I was starting the trip of a lifetime with the Hawaii Honu. Now, almost 50 years later, Hawaii green sea turtles are thriving thanks to the community's efforts to protect them. So I say to you all, readers, dare to ask questions and seek the answers. You never know what journey awaits you when you do. So actually this picture, just a snapshot of what George achieved in 50 years, and his team, of course, and many others, the communities. From turtle steak to basking turtles, here, there, everywhere in Hawaii. 呢一個係一個 snapshot，係講翻George Balas 佢喺50年裏邊嘅經歷啦，由海龜扒。因為以前海龜有人會食海龜啦，係啦，尤其是遊客啦，係會食海龜啦。到50年之後，其實如果你去到夏威夷嘅話咧，你隨處可以見到綠海龜嘅。喺沙灘裏邊有曬太陽啦，喺海裏邊咧游水嘅時候咧，你都會見到海龜啊。所以係一個好極少成功復育嘅例子。This is a really successful recovery story of an endangered species. And I want to also introduce my bond with George Balas, who is my mentor. Yeah, so that's why I can interview him, the character of the storybook later on. And then I want to also quote Jane Kudos, how education influence us, influence next generations. 我想特別強調嘅係教育。點解我會而家投身咗教育？因為我覺得教育係可以影響到我哋自己呢一代啦，同埋下一代啦，所以我都特別想 quote Jane Goodall 嘅説話。My mission is to create a world we can live in harmony with nature. And can we do it? Because of the energy, commitment, and passion of young people once they know what the problems are and are empowered to act. 所以我都希望今日有呢個機會咧，見到咁多小朋友、年輕人咧，都可以埋下一個種子啦，再發放我哋保育嘅力量嘅。咁而家咧就可以睇下我哋嘅同 George 嘅一個片段啦。等下，好啦 ，OK。
I'm very proud of this little book because it's simple and silly and true.
Yes. So I'm going to ask you questions from the book. So, George, how did you feel when you first saw the first Honu in Tahiti?
I felt sorry for it because the cage, it was in a cage on the reef in Bora Bora, the island of Bora Bora. And Linda, my wife, and I were walking along the shoreline, and there was a cage and something moving offshore, maybe 100 meters offshore. So we walked out in the shallow water, and it was a little turtle, maybe about maybe 40 centimeters in shell length, and we assumed it was somebody's pet because it was way too small to eat. And we hoped that somebody would take good care of it. I was tempted to let it go, but then I thought, well, it's somebody's property. I better not. I appreciated the little turtle, and And fortunately, I took a picture of it, so I still have the picture of it to this day.
So back in Hawaii, in 1973, so you found that, oh, Hornbill, the green turtle, was heavily consumed by tourists. And you found the scientists to talk and to ask whether it is a problem, but most of them, or almost all of them, thought it is not a problem. So you started to think, how many turtles are there in Hawaii? So what by nature, what prompted you to find the truth all by yourself?
Curiosity, and I should connect for you though. The turtle we saw, first turtle in Tahiti, visiting Tahiti in 1964, have the data to show it. So somebody needs to go out to the breeding grounds that was 800 kilometers away from Honolulu, where the Hawaiian Honu, Hawaiian green turtle, lays its eggs. Somebody needs to go spend the summer out there and count how many mother turtles come up. And
Yeah.
so the breeding stock, the mother herd is very, very important to a population. Females are far more important than males. You know that, Dr. Connie.
Yeah, I saw your photos you shared with me before. I now we mentioned about your solo trip to the French frigate shores in 1973. It was challenging because no water, all wilderness, and there are only birds that live around for breeding. So I want you to describe a little bit more about your solo trip. So especially emotionally, how do you think?
Um, well, a slight clarification. The island that I stayed on and worked on was you could walk around it in 25 minutes. It was small.
Oh,
25 minutes to walk the perimeter beach all the way around. And it is located about 11 kilometers across lagoon waters from
mm,
where there is an island that did have a water maker and had supplies. So that's the water had to be carried in plastic jugs. To answer your question, Dr. Connie, loneliness, that was
mm,
definitely there. Emotionally, birds, squawking, pecking at your hair and your head.
yeah.
uh, uh, Monk seals, Hawaiian monk seals, were on the island too, and they're a little smelly. So that was emotional. And then the turtles. That was my drive. That I was there. That inspired me to stay up all night. Remember, sea
Mm,
turtles nest at night, not during the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
So if you're going to find the turtles at night nesting, you have to stay up with them. And
Mm,
uh, the more active I was, the less lonely I was. As it turns
mm,
out, that first summer, uh, I was lonely a lot because
mm,
there weren't many turtles to keep my attention at. In fact, when
mm,
the entire summer was over for the study period, there, there were only 67 mother turtles
mm.
on the island that summer. That doesn't mean that's all the turtles there were in the Hawaiian Islands.
What else can you do besides monitoring the turtle? I'm curious on the island. Yes.
What else did I do? Well, the data, writing things
Mm,
in my notebook and on the data sheets. We'd put
mm,
mental tags on the flippers of the mother turtles, and all of that had to be written down and made sense of
mm,
to analyze when the summer was over. Um, I took a lot of pictures, as you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on a cell phone, and it wasn't digital pictures. They were all the old style. And the measurement of the shell, the carapace of the turtle, the hard shell, what was the longest it was in length, and that
Yeah.
was measured with a flexible measuring tape
Mm.
and tree calipers, the type that foresters. I know you have, Dr. Connie, some experience
Yes.
with forestry. You, it's a caliper to measure the width of a tree,
Mm.
and it works perfectly well with the sea turtle also. So the measurement of the shell, the tag on the turtle, if it had any injuries, like
Mm.
sometimes there would be evidence that a large shark had tried to kill the turtle, so it had some wounds on it. We'd make
Oh.
notes of that in the notebooks that we'd carry,
Mm.
uh, and if there were anything different about the turtle, personal
Mm.
notes on the description of the turtle, and to keep track of them from a distance so that I didn't have to keep going real close to read the little tag. And
Mm.
I say that keep track from a distance because, as you know, as a sea turtle biologist, the turtles will, in one summer, will come back to nest again every 10 to 15 days.
Mm.
So what I would do is put spray paint numbers on the shell, one,
Mm.
2, 3, 4, uh, to that would it would wear off very quickly, but
Yeah.
it would last long enough to see from a distance. Oh, there's number two. Number two was back here, originally tagged on the island 12 days ago. So I don't need to put a tag on that one because
Yeah.
already tagged. So I could say, okay, leave you alone, mother. You can just lay your eggs now. But if maybe I didn't get two tags on one 12 days ago. Oh, I need to put another tag on. So
Mm.
then go close. And the turtles, when they're nesting, don't like you to go close to them. So you have to
Oh.
sneak up from them from the back.
Oh, so I crawl to her. Do you need to
No,
really
because
crawl?
not too much crawling, sometimes laying down to count eggs. I know you've done that too.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, but no, not too much laying down, just squat down. The
Oh, okay.
reason not laying down is because there are seabird ticks in the soil,
Oh,
and the
yes.
ticks can bite you quite bad and then
Yeah. I
itch,
did.
and
Yeah, I did.
very,
Yes.
very bad. And the more you itch them, the more or scratch them, the bigger the swelling gets. And
Back to the storybook. This is about your personal journey too. It is like to me, it is like a time capsule. Like in a snapshot about your conservation journey from science to publicity. You raise out very correctly. Then bring to the law protection and a widespread community efforts in protecting the turtles. So in this journey, that we name scientifically that we name a successful recovery of green turtles in Hawaii. So what are the most critical cornerstone? You can only pick one key cornerstone that you can think of now. The critical point.
I don't remember that question. That's good. One key cornerstone. How many corners does a building
Oh,
have? Okay, one key cornerstone. Well, it had to be the original data.
oh,
Data, the numbers. Never mind the word data, that's too confusing, perhaps.
mm,
Numbers. How many people that are involved in wildlife populations and in conservation, they want numbers. How
mm,
many? How many? And when I came back, and there were 67 mothers. And then the next year, 1974, how do you
mm,
protect it? You make some rules because there were no rules, no rules, no
mm,
no limits, no nothing. And
mm,
the turtles were being commercialized in restaurants, tourist restaurants, and being sold for turtle steak. Too much, too many, and too much. So the legislators asked me to come in and testify, and what did I testify about? Well, I testified about how many mothers. And you don't even have to be a scientist to say, well, 67's not very many, 100's not very many. If that's all there are in the motherhood of the Hawaiian, where are the rest of them? Well, they got killed and got eaten in large numbers. So protection was needed. Stop the killing, stop the commercialization, because when you sell wildlife, you make money, and sometimes you make a lot of money, and that ends up being greedy.
Oh yeah,
How do you
non-stop.
say greedy in Cantonese?
貪心.
How do
Yes.
you say it in Mandarin?
贪心.
Okay, thank you.
The same word. Yeah. So yeah, I mean you bring up a very good point. Data, like an evidence, as your wife suggested you to do that. Yes, and you're the one who pursue the task, the key task of collecting the data in the first place. And in the storybook, in the final page, you have a remark to the readers there to ask questions and seek the answers. You never know what journey awaits you when you do. So now talking about to the audience in Hong Kong, we have children, we have youngsters who are pursuing a pathway, even adult. Maybe they are thinking of finding the right path in their life. So what do you want to say to them as a reflection of all you did for the Hall News and for yourself?
Okay, well, the story, as I am happy it was being told, even though the storybook is about turtles, turtles is not my message. My message is find your passion and pursue it. Try to get a job that pays money, because everybody has to support themselves and their
Yeah.
family. If I was so fortunate that I could get a job that led to turtles that I enjoyed working with, and I always felt I was fulfilling a need. So those that listen to this interview and that you teach in your classes, don't overly focus on turtles. Turtles were the carrier of the message. It could be any things. It could be other wildlife. It could be helping in a hospital, people sick and need attention. Find something that what is your natural interest, and then try to weave in all other parts of your life to it. Uh, what your passion may be nothing like a turtle, but it still serves the same purpose. Um, in spite of all of my years of working with the turtles, I always kept people as the higher priority. I think that's you may not do that day to day, but when the story is all over, not that my story is over, when the story is over, you need to have the greatest fondness for other human beings, because we're all in this thing called life together. And some people are more fortunate than others. Some people have a real tough time at life and are just and not as fortunate as others. And always keep that in mind, that that if you can help make the world a better place, you'll be the most satisfied. My helping the turtles always led to the turtles introducing me to other human beings.
Oh,
Not maybe
that's
they
beautiful.
didn't say, "Oh, this is," but the stories led there. Why?
Just like you said, turtles are our leaders and carriers, connect people together because we have the common interest, but that can be something else. Like I said, like you can be a nurse or you can be doing science on other animals. It can be a thing or that trigger your passion, natural instinct that you want to do more about that thing. So finally, I want to bring back Harry the turtle again because you did for your job and for your passion, you help save them. So mahalo. And now, George, can you tell me how many mother turtles now recorded in Hawaii now?
Nesting on them. So two numbers will come to light for you. The last good year we had, which I think was the last good year in terms of monitoring and studying, was 2018, and I believe it was somewhere between 800 and
Yeah.
1,000 turtles on the
Wow.
same island. Yeah, yeah, a lot. Okay,
A lot.
but the data to go into it. So it's a very comfortable number of turtles. If
Mm,
you come to Hawaii and go anywhere near the ocean, you will see turtles. If you
mm.
don't see them, you're just not looking.
Yeah, I
So
remember they're
common,
asking. Yes.
commonplace might be the word. And
Mm,
American expression or English expression I often use is that Honu in Hawaii these days are here, there, and everywhere.
that's true. So that's why I bring the whole new to thank you for your efforts and for your commitment, devotion. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Dr. Connie. Very enjoyable. Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah, please give a round of applause to George. Yeah, because I know it is a bit long, but we try to trim it down. I talked to him for an hour, more than an hour. So because he's a very respectful, honorable, dedicated person, you can see by himself, he went to French British shores, which is middle of nowhere in the Central Pacific Ocean, that he monitored the turtle, count the turtles by himself, and there were only 67 turtles that time in 1973. And now, is recent record, how many turtles now in Hawaii? Nesting turtles? 800 to 1,000. Yeah, as you can see, the dedication and of course the removal of the human threats, commercialization, harvesting. So it's a brilliant, a successful case that we should acknowledge him and also acknowledge all the dedicated conservationists. And you can be part of the community by, let me swap back to the presentation, yes. By learning more and also by joining the task force together. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions based on the storybook and also my previous sharing. So, what is this mother turtle doing? Yeah, building the nest, right? Yes. So, as you remember, in the storybook, George mentioned turtles, mother turtles nest in at night. 海龜媽媽係夜晚嘅時候生蛋嘅係嘛？去到築巢啦生蛋。So you can see that this is a mother turtle nesting. Nesting here, yeah. And sea turtles are very unique that it depends on land and also the ocean. It's a marine animals that live both ecosystems, the land and ocean. And turtles, mother turtles, nest at the natal beach, this birthplace. 佢係會翻去出生地產卵嘅，所以亦都係呢一個好有趣或者好獨特嘅特徵啦，令我好中意海龜。And also in Hong Kong, there's one nesting site recorded green sea turtle nesting in Sham Wan, Lemma Island. So turtles are strong voyagers. They travel long distances in the ocean between the nesting sites and foraging ground. 海龜咧係一個好強嘅，有好強遷徙能力嘅動物啦，係啦。佢由佢嘅出生地啦，同埋覓食地咧係遷徙過千公里嘅路線嘅喎。咁呢一個咧，你可以睇到係香港媽媽陸海龜佢由香港出發啦，咁佢嗰個覓食地咧係去咗海南島啦，有一隻去海南島，另一隻咧就去咗越南嘅白龍尾島啦。This is a mother green turtle nest in Hong Kong that migrates to the foraging sites in Hainan Island and also at Dao Ba Long Di, a marine protected area in Vietnam. This is a mother green turtle in Taiwan, Liu Chiu Island. 有冇去過小琉球 ？Anyone been to Liu Chiu Island? Okay, not yet. So okay. So it's very convenient. You can see turtles foraging in the area every day. 你可以見到覓食嘅陸海龜喺小琉球嗰度。Anyway, we go back to this mother turtle. It migrate again. One of them migrate to the same foraging ground in Dao Ba Long Di, Vietnam. 有一隻咧，亦都係去咗白龍尾島嘅喎。Another one went to the Irumotejima of Japan. 去咗琉球群島嘅一個覓食地啦。所以你會見到咧，其實陸海龜佢需要嗰個棲息地咧係好闊好大。The sea turtles need a vast ocean, to live because the key habitat locate across borders, right? It's a global flagship species. 呢個咧係一個簡化咗嘅遷移廊道啦。It's a simplified migratory species. Migratory corridors, simply to show you that turtles use the coastal waters in China region and also across South China Sea and also East China Sea。海龜咧呢一個簡化咗遷移廊道啦，係啦，咁因為比較容易啲可以睇到，就係可以睇到海龜係由唔同嘅地方喺東海啦、南海啦，去到東南亞地區咧，佢都係有一個遷徙嘅路線嘅。And also genetically, the birthplace of the foraging green turtles in South China region, they are from the Pacific Islands, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. 咁咧透過基因嘅圖譜咧，其實可以見到海龜，我哋喺中國地區覓食嘅海龜咧，佢嘅出生地喺邊咧？喺太平洋島國啦，去菲律賓啦，同埋馬來西亞同埋印尼嘅。咁我想考大家咯，I'll ask you a question now. How would you tell a story of the voyage, the travel, the long distance travel of sea turtles? How can you tell this story? 因為我哋今日咧係講一個科學傳遞啊嘛，係嘛？傳播係啦，所以咧又想問下大家如果講故事嘅話，你會點樣由邊個出發點去到講海龜遷徙嘅路線咧？你會諗起啲乜嘢？或者我哋平時生活做緊啲乜 ？What can you think of relate to your daily life？ 會唔會諗起返工咧 ？Going to work？ No, maybe not. But maybe going to travel, right? 所以咧，我哋就做咗一個 social media post 係講緊海龜都中意翻屋企嘅，係啦。They love to travel back to home, but it's a long distance travel. That's how we relate the sea turtle journey to ourselves. It is simply to connect people easier this way. If you can think of, I love travel in summer vacation, then you may relate, sea turtles also travel long distance. 因為咧，我哋平時尤其是香港人好中意去旅行㗎嘛，係啦，咁所以我哋就會諗起可以點樣講呢個故事咧？就係講翻海龜都中意去旅行㗎喎，亦都會翻屋企，係啊，離開就為咗翻屋企嘛，係嘛，係啦，咁所以咧就用咗呢一個方向去到講呢個故事啦。So I ask you another question. Can sea turtles sing? If you read our social media post, probably you can answer this question. 估下 yes or no? Maybe you can guess. Yes, sea turtles can sing. Oh, some. Yes. How about no? They cannot. Okay, no. Okay. So 1-1. Okay. Oh, okay, so 50-50 now. So I'm going to show you a video. There's some technical problem, but I can show you by YouTube quickly. Can turtles sing? That's it.
That's bonkers.
Exactly.
Now to think that this is it's an embryo inside a shell, making little noises to its nestmates.
One of the ideas is that they are using the sounds to synchronize hatch. So all of them come out of the egg together.
So it's a bit of a rallying call.
This is the call. Can you hear it? It's like bird chirping, right? Like singing. This is the communication between the hatchling, the embryo of the sea turtles. The scientists think that they talk because they want to synchronize their hatching. 點解佢哋要溝通呢？因為佢哋想同一時間喺嗰個卵嗰個巢穴嗰度爬出嚟，佢哋要一齊咁樣爬出嚟，因為咧喺動物嘅世界咧，越多數量咧係越安全嘅，即係羊群心理啦，好似人嘅羊群心理咁。如果佢哋咧一齊出嚟咧，咁面對覓食者嘅時候咧，就會提高生存嘅機會。This is to synchronize the hatching so that when the predators come, safety in number. They can protect themselves by outweighing the predators, right? Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, another question. Are adult sea turtles silent? 你哋覺得成年嘅海龜佢係咪都係好靜嘅咧？ No, actually the baby turtles already surprise you, right? They can talk and sing. How about this? Yes or no? So do you think adults are silent? Please raise your hand. If you think that adults can make sound, please raise your hand. 你覺得海龜係可以有聲係發聲嘅係嘛？ Oh yeah, that's good. That's cool. Okay, so in fact,
now until recently, it was thought that turtles.
You can hear the sound here.
But a researcher from the University of Zurich has found that actually that's not true. They can actually communicate. It's just that us humans, we haven't been trying hard enough to listen to them. So let's start.
So you may think it's like a joke, but it is the sound of adult turtles. The scientists don't know how to interpret yet, but then probably of course is to communicate between them. 呢一個係成年海龜佢哋喺水裏邊咧科學家透過一個好精密嘅儀器去錄到佢哋嘅叫聲嘅。咁所以咧其實佢哋唔係好靜喎，they are noisy, right? They are noisy underwater. In fact, like coral reef fish can also make sound in underwater. 係珊瑚礁啦、魚啦，其實佢哋喺水裏邊咧，喺海裏邊咧，都係會發出聲音嘅喎。因為咧有啲動物咧，其實透過聲音咧去揾到佢哋屋企嘅。They can locate the coral reef by sound actually. Yes. So close to the end, I want to introduce how you can also engage in a community project. So this is the project I'm engaging in. I recently started called 龜仙人. It's a citizen science project that I want to grow the bond with the community through sea turtles, this ambassador, and reconnect with the ocean by science, collaboration, and communication. And also, actually, it's a platform to collect sighting. So you can see this rare leatherback turtle. Remember the leatherback turtle, 2 meters long turtle, sighted by public and then reported to me. So you can see how the turtle individual is identified, yeah, by its head, the scale pattern of its head. 點樣去辨別一隻海龜嘅身份咧，或者個體咧？其實係透過影佢嗰個頭兩側嘅鱗片啦，見到佢哋咧係一個獨特嘅排列嘅，就好似一個身份證咁，或者我哋嘅指模咁樣樣。亦都咧可以透過影佢嗰個頭頂啦，同埋成隻龜。You can also take the photos of the dorsal side of the turtle head and also the whole turtle, so as to identify the sighting. Yeah, you can follow the Instagram of this group and or the Facebook, so as to know more and then share this information with your friends and family. And actually, through the Google form, you can document the sighting. It's very simple, just less than 5 minutes. 少喺5分鐘之內咧，你已經可以報導到呢一個記錄啦。而呢個記錄咧，其實係貢獻俾一個全球嘅數據庫嘅。By sharing this sighting, you can contribute to the global database of sea turtle identity. So by recording the dates, time, location, and behavior, and upload the turtle photos here. Very simple. I just want to show you one example. This is a project called Turtle Watch Egypt. So actually there's a sea turtle identification citizen science program around the world. This is one example that they register over 1,000 turtle individual and over 12,000 turtle sighting in the Red Sea. Red Sea, oh here, okay. So 係啦，其實呢一個方法咧，全球大家科學家都用緊嘅一個方法嚟嘅，就係透過公民科學啦，去潛水人員或者釣魚嘅人士，或者甚至係中意出海嘅，你見到海龜嘅話咧，影佢嗰個相啦，影佢全身啦，影佢個頭啦，咁其實咧就可以記錄到透過一個photo ID 嘅方法，一啲分析嘅方法，就可以咧知道嗰隻龜嘅個體佢有冇出現過咧？佢曾經喺邊度出現過啦？咁呢一個咧就係喺紅海裏邊咧一個群組叫 Turtle Watch Egypt 佢哋做嘅一個工作嚟嘅。所以咧想展示翻，其實大家公民科學嘅重要性就係喺呢度啦。The importance of citizen science. When you contribute to the program, then you contribute to the global database.